You did. Hey, Meredith.
Hey, what?
You're live.
Are we live?
We're
Did you miss
live.
your babies?
I did miss my babies, especially when they're sweet.
Oh, yeah, but then they become nightmares, and it's like all of a sudden all that noise. It's like, oh, because you didn't have that. You didn't have that kind of noise.
No, I didn't. Oh my gosh.
So we are live. Welcome to actually Just RAGIN. It's the vlog about nothing and everything, but mostly nothing. Except today we do have something. We have
Several somethings.
we have a couple of packages and stuff like that. So let me get our intro and we'll get this thing rolling. We'll be right back.
All right.
Raging. Welcome everybody, and we are simulcasting to Comics and More New Jersey, Geek Insider, Indie Vault, as well as Rage on ABC. Wherever it is that you're tuning in from, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the share button as well. We're all trying to grow our networks, and I was saying this before. YouTube is pretty easy. Just hit the button.
Do it.
Hit the button. It is up to the creators to maintain your attention, and so getting to 1,000, the road to 1,000 is tough. It is tough, but once you get to 1,000, it seems to have a life of its own. It'll be slow, and then as you hit certain milestones and things like that, it tends to go a little bit faster, right? So we're at a point where every follow and unfollow we get to see, and I'm like, I don't want to get to that point. It's like every day I'm like, what's our numbers like? Yeah, that sucks. So we've got Mike, Jimmy, Lorsha, De Bruyne. We've got Michaela Jade, and we've got Creators Outlet. Hello, Will, hail. Package reveals.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, no, first I wanted to ask you. So what was it like for the very first time being away from the kidlets?
The first 24 hours was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then I slowly started getting sick.
Mm.
Like every time they'd pop in my head, my stomach would hurt. I'd get nauseated. They'd call and tell me they'd miss me. And I don't know. It was sad.
Mm-hmm.
It was sad. But I think the break from me made them appreciate me.
Oh, so are they being all sweet?
Oh, yeah.
I give them until tomorrow to start being like...
Until bedtime. Then they're little shits again. But during the day, it's great. When it's time to go to bed, it's a whole new ballgame.
Oh, my gosh. Michaela Jade said she's at 532 subscribers and just got some sponsors. Congratulations. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we all... It's kind of like that shit or get off the pot moment that I keep telling people. I ask all of our guests when they're on Raging With, right? And I said, what was that moment where you decided that you wanted to make a living out of doing the things that you do? When does the hobby become
the job,
a lifestyle?
Yes.
And a job? And I don't know that this is necessarily a job. Actually, Just Raging is kind of... Nita and I, we're still hanging out, we're still doing stuff, but we are trying to monetize because we're spending the time doing it, and so we do have a couple of sponsors as well, which is kind of cool. And that comes with like social media marketing, and things like that. But one thing that we'll never do is charge to be on a live feed.
No, that's crazy talk.
Yeah, you turn around and you bump into another podcaster or live streamer, and it's just like, like what kind of value proposition are you bringing beyond that, which everybody else is doing? So, don't know why my dog is barking, but the other thing that I kind of slept on was the fact that I got this from JD Calderon
Right?
in the mail as part of our the fulfillment for the Oswald Chronicles, and it got me thinking. I really need to start focusing on my stuff, my writing, whether it's both prose and comics, right? So I'm looking at this thing, and the worst thing for me is looking at a blank page. And I got a book of blank pages in here.
I know, right? It's terrifying.
It's terrifying, but at the same time, I'm trying to change my mindset to turn it into a challenge. For some reason, I do better with challenges.
Oh, he made it a challenge.
He did make it a challenge, and he said it was going to be a very tough one.
And it is.
And it is. So the cool thing about this, though, and I don't know, my desk is a hot mess. I literally, when we're done here, I have to take everything off of my desk so I can finish up fulfillment of my book. Here it is. It's just like buried under all these other things. He sent me this, right? I have this, but I also have this. And so this is something that I'm going to be, there's a lot of stories in here. In fact, the majority of them, as I had been writing them, and some of these are a couple years old, I always imagined images, whether I could see it on a small screen, big screen, or in comic book panels. I know it sounds weird, but I've had dreams in the past where I dreamt in comic book panels, which is because I've only really started walking this path of comic book creation this past year and a half, almost 2 years now, right? Michaela Jade says she loves blank pages, and I love you because I think you're damn crazy, and I love crazy. Yeah, that's a little bit. Mike Jimmy says I always lose my notepads. Google Docs all the way. I have sticky notes. I have notebooks galore. In fact, when I was unpacking a box, I had so many partially used notebooks. It was ridiculous. So I went in and I started tearing out all the things that I didn't need. And I mean, like a box full of partially used notebooks. And now I'm going through them one by one, and I'm using those for notepads. And then I can feel good about throwing them out. Do you guys feel that way? Nita, do you throw out a notebook even though it's got a couple of pages that are still good? Or do you hold on to that?
I'll throw that shit away faster than you can blink. I throw away and delete. It's what I do.
I can't. Even if it's got one clean sheet of paper on it, I will not throw it away. It'll be like the only blank piece of paper.
Yeah, I'm
between the covers, and I will not throw it away until I use it.
I'm responsible for global warming.
Oh no!
Yep, I'm the rainforest assassin.
Like Jimmy can relate. He knows. I cannot throw them away. It's really weird.
If they have the perforated tear line, like the line, I will go through there and I will turn that shit into notebook paper. But spiral bound without that, bye.
All right, so we're live streaming. My husband's getting ready to go to work, so I'm going to get a smooch, okay? Come here.
I have to watch this shit all the time.
Oh. Say hi.
Hello.
All
Bye,
right.
Pat.
He's dressed, so you don't get the belly today.
No belly.
I love you.
Dog. Pain in the ass, that's all.
Yeah, I know. The dog that won't die.
Oh, my God. That poor dog.
I know. But I say it sweetly. I'm like, why don't you die? I love you. Yeah, I do. And then she pisses on my floor. Oh my God, that dog. So package reveals. Do you want to go first?
Yes, but before I go, I'm about to stress the importance of this right here.
Oh.
Doom. Head over to Gemini comic supply site, and for a 10% discount on all your Gemini mailers, enter coupon code VOLT10. That is coupon code VOLT10. Now,
and why is that important?
I'm going to show you. So I actually opened this package yesterday because the people I got it from I have mad respect for, and I didn't want to do a package reveal and something inside my package be damaged. It is a Gemini mailer, and I need to do this without doxing myself. And I've actually pulled the corners out, but this thing was all smashed in and beat the hell up by my cunt of a postal carrier to the like this corner. I don't want to dox myself. This corner is almost torn, so it was banged up enough that I wanted to look inside first just to make sure. And it is a Gemini mailer. Like Gemini or Uline, always use cardboard mailers, people, because this shit would have been destroyed had it come in anything else. And I would have been livid. Of course, this is from Matt Knowles and Steph Cannon. And so I know that I'm certain that if I'd have been like, dude, my shit got damaged or whatever, it would have been replaced. But I didn't want to do a package reveal and have their, stuff messed up.
Ruined. Right.
Yep. Got some trading cards in here and a glow-in-the-dark guitar pick and a little sweet note, which is none y'all's business. None y'all's business.
The glow-in-the-dark guitar pick is really cool because they just released a single, and I know that I posted a press release for them on Geek Insider, so that was kind of cool. Into the Wilderness, and if you are into like punk and metal, check out their stuff.
Yeah, their stuff's awesome.
They have a combination. I mean, it's like hard stuff, like hard. Which I kind of grew up. It's hard.
It's hard.
I grew up with that kind of stuff. I know it sounds weird. You look at me, you're like, you don't like punk and metal. It's like, yes, I do.
But yeah, she does.
And so I was listening to that. But then they have this combination of like orchestral stuff. So you've got like the strings, and it's really kind of cool. So if you like the hard stuff, definitely check out their music.
Right. And this is what I got. I got the Ursa Sonora Special Edition.
Very nice.
Very nice. And as you can see, it is not damaged at all. So I was excited to see that. And I got the Crossroads Conundrum.
Oh, very cool.
And that sucker is massive.
Yeah.
How thick that book is. It's great.
I've got one of their books behind me. I have the Crossroads Conundrum. And that was when I met them over at the D-Land Toy and Comics Collection show. It was one of those things where I said, I've never read any of your books. And he said, and they talked me through it because they have so many to choose from. And he said, well, you're a prose writer, so you might enjoy more of a story. I mean, they all have storylines, but more of a story, like the storytelling. And he says, I think you would really enjoy this. So knowing your product and being able to talk to people and seeing what they would enjoy, or hopefully enjoy, and leading them towards that was really very, very cool that he took the time to do.
You can really see the crease there.
Yeah.
Like this one right here.
Did it
and
look like she tried to bend it to get into your mailbox too?
That it looked like she shoved it and hit the back and kept going to make sure it closed, because it was just one side that was really tore up. Mm-hmm. The other side just had kind of like I don't want to dox myself.
Right. Don't dox yourself. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was all coming apart. Right. So here's the thing that I got. It is not in a Gemini mailer. This came across the pond. You can see. I scratched out my name and stuff like that. But that came from England. Okay. However, it is not a comic book. So I don't know. Do you think a graphic novel or books is forgivable to not be in?
For me, I would get upset. I prefer cardboard all the way. At least backing or something. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like the cardboard mailers are the best way to go.
Mm-hmm. And if you hear my dog,
yeah,
keep talking before I do my package reveal.
Go ahead.
I have to go get my dog.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes. Never mind. My son got him. Oh, I love him.
Thank you, Brandon.
Most of the time. Thank you. Yeah. So, Marvy is saying, fuck YouTube. I was watching the Breakfast Buzz and I didn't get the notification. Hello, ladies and chat. Mike Jimmy says cardboard all the way. So even for graphic novels and books and things like that, I'm
look at that fucking. Well, I'm not going to advertise the person because I don't want them to get any kind of status from because they pissed me off. But recently I had ordered a book from someone and I received it. It was a pretty thick freaking art book, and it was beat the
It
fuck
was
up.
bent.
Yeah,
Bent.
yeah.
Yes. So this one actually made it across the pond, no damage. And let me see what the package reveal is. Cuddles.
How
Jed
cute.
McPherson for Cuddles. The a last chance crime story, and this was on Kickstarter, I believe. And some of the visuals inside, I was like, oh, it's kind of dark, which I love the dark, right? But I think the thing that got me was, the guy taking a bat to pink flamingos. So I live in Florida, and there are some people who really like their pink flamingos as lawn decorations, and I'm not too crazy about that. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing this. Um, just some of the I don't know if it's like, because I haven't read it yet, like graphic violence and things like that. But when you can allude to something like that and let your mind do the rest, fill it in and stuff, I think that can often become like scarier, right?
Right.
So that's kind of cool. Um, Mike Jimmy says, I got mailers that go up to an inch thick and then full on box mailers. Yeah. Speaking of box mailers and things, I've got some packing to do. I've got my bubble wrap, I've got my boxes, I've got my stuff. So that's going to be, I think, the rest of this week. I'll probably do it in batches and things like that. So it doesn't feel like so much. Michaela J said, plastic yard ornaments are of any kind are just tacky. That's funny. I don't know. I know people who like to collect those little yard gnomes.
The gnomes are cute when they're like, especially what is it, like the ceramic and the cement that have been painted. Those can
Mhm.
be kind of cute.
I had one of
But a
my
bright ass
former
fucking pink flamingo, that's
the
kind of
pink
obnoxious.
flamingos and those wind. Remember those wind things?
Oh, the little pinwheel things.
The
And
pinwheels. Yeah, yeah. Those two is just like, oh. Um, And Michaela says, "Did you know the post office will give you, if it fits, it ships for free?" Yes, I went over there and I was grabbing boxes of all kinds because I have a couple of mugs that I have to send out too. So those are going to fit in the medium mailers. But yeah, you can get the boxes for free um, in those standard rate boxes and envelopes and stuff like that. Pinwheel bombs. Hey Apex, what's going on? So we are kind of still recovering from MegaCon. It's kind of weird because the last 3 days I forgot to take my allergy pills, so my eyes are itchy and I'm all congested. And I woke up this morning going, "I got the COVID." No, I don't. That remains to be seen. But yeah, it's kind of like in the back of my mind because there are a few people that we know who weren't there, by the way, who were not there,
but have recently tested positive. So
yeah, so it's like,
but they were in connection with people that may have been there, and it's like, fuck.
yeah. So we'll
Fuck.
see. It's like that. What is it? Still that 14-day?
It's 3 to 14 days. But I didn't lick a floor, and I tried to stay the fuck out of people's way.
I'm telling you, but it was good. I mean, people will be like, "Yeah, I told you so." Shouldn't have been there. Blah blah blah. I mean, I've heard that on social media, not to me directly, but they do say social distance as much as possible, right?
Right.
They had hand sanitizer all over
everywhere. Everywhere.
Everybody. I mean, mask. Wearing your mask was like mandatory.
Yeah.
So
and enforced strictly,
and it was enforced. And the thing is, if you were around people, like people were asking ahead of time, is it okay to hug? Is it okay? Is an elbow bump okay? Or a fist bump or a handshake? So like all of those things. So for me, I think I feel, I know my body and it just feels like allergies,
And
so
mine's just exhaustion. Like I have not slept
sleep
well.
The beds there, even though the apartment was really nice,
It was
the
super
beds
nice. Were not
felt
comfortable.
like rocks. In fact, when you guys crashed and I was on my floor, that was more comfortable than the fucking bed.
Oh my god.
That is the God's honest truth. I'm telling you. I don't know
Well,
why.
I slept on the couch one night and it was better than the bed. I ended
Yeah.
up going and getting in the bed because I didn't want to be like all gap-legged and shit and somebody walk in.
Well, we were all fully dressed the entire time.
Mm.
So,
Speak for
COVID Kid
yourself,
says,
Meredith. You don't know what I did in my room.
that's true. That's true. COVID Kid says crowdfunders in Europe can get a CCOM buck wrap mailer, very similar to a Gemini, and they count as a large envelope. He uses them. There's no need to use those bendy, weak mailers, right? Apex says take vitamin D3 with vitamin K2. Perfect virus and Rona fighter. I'm all about zinc. I like zinc and vitamin D, definitely. Marvi says, don't stop living. We must continue with our lives responsibly. Follow the rules.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I live this long. Right? I live this long. So we're going to play a little bit.
Oh, yeah, we better do some bumps.
Yeah, we better do that.
We're never going to get out of here.
Yeah, because we don't want to do that whole, like, every bump in the...
Right, no. Do it.
Bump in the back. All right, I'll be right back.
Bend over.
And we're back. Yeah,
yes.
We're in dinosaurs.
Babe, scoring dinosaurs.
I'm going to say that it is probably not your typical TNA type of book.
No, absolutely not. No. There is a
story. Yeah, there is a story in there. There is definitely character development. It's not just spread eagle and tits. It's not just...
But there will be dino dick. It has been confirmed.
It has been confirmed. But it is... there is a storyline, character development, and you can follow these characters along with the story arc. So it's not just the oohs and the ahs and things like that. And there's a place for that. And hey, to each their own. But I think it's kind of compelling. And we were talking with Dustin last night, Dustin and Lynn, Jen. Oh, yeah, Jen. About the book and the crowdfund. So that is active right now. And it was so cool to really sit with him and talk about the book and his passion behind the storytelling aspect of it. So definitely check that out. We do have the link in our notifications, as well as a lot of the people who are either a sponsor of the show or a client. Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. And also, because we love shameless self-promotion, go to Little Bastard Promos. You can find all of our links, whether it is to our YouTube channels, our website, the Facebook groups and stuff. Yeah, but Little Bastard Promos is there exactly for shameless self-promotion. Go over there, drop your links. I don't care if it's to your website, to your crowdfund. It could be yours. It could be a friend's. But go over there and drop it.
Oh, wait. No, we don't do that. No, never mind.
Well, why not?
Oh, because
Hey,
I thought one of the
the
rules was
dudes
no
have an
porn.
OnlyFans.
Well, yeah. Send us all your links.
Send us all your links or your link tree. It doesn't matter. And, you know, if you're an artist and you're looking for commissions and stuff, drop that in there. I'm not saying that, you know, it's necessarily like a classified ads type of place, but you can go in there and people network enough. They're
Yep.
engaged enough that
Yep.
they hopefully can find work or at least a warm introduction to somebody who's looking for you.
Right.
In fact, it was Mary Bellamy. Um, she's got My Little Pony in her resume, and she put out the word yesterday that she's looking for commission work. And it's like, hey, if you're doing
Aw,
that, so
sweet.
I dropped that in the Little Bastard promos thing, and I don't know, I haven't checked it yet today, but I'm hoping that you know, people are on the lookout. So if you're looking for artists and things like that, drop your links. If you're looking for
Do it.
musicians, I mean, the thing is, like a lot of these videos that we're playing, we're trying to find like public domain or what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, so we don't get the copyright strike.
Free
right?
shit.
Yeah. And
Public
so there are a
domain.
lot of public domain. It's copyright something. Anyway, so what I was talking about with that is to if you're a musician and you're willing to do stuff like that, you know, drop your links. We've got musicians, we've got writers, we've got comic book creators of all kinds. ABC in Portuguese means stroke. Oh, very interesting.
Right?
I guess we're just gonna have to call ourselves Regina.
Regina.
Regina VC. We're getting stupid. All right. Michaela says, talk to Dan Hollifield if you need music. See,
Oh, nice.
that's what I mean. It's like if you're dropping your links in there and you say, hey, I'm an editor. I'm looking for work. You know, put that in there. If you're a musician, say, hey, I will create something for you. You know, then from there, you get into a DM with each other, get on the phone or into a StreamYard and start talking about
Get your business done.
get your business done, hammer out those contracts, you know, get the prices squared away, and let's get to work. That's what that's all about. Little Bastard Promos is where you can do that. And it's comic book heavy, but it's not strictly comic books.
No.
Just letting you guys know. Because we all walk kind of parallel paths on that creative journey, don't we? You know, and you just never know who you're going to meet. I mean, I was a prose writer. Now I'm doing comics, and I'm kind of waffling between the two. I mean, hell, I'm open to scripts, you know, script writing for TV and movies. It's always been something in the back of my head, and I never saw a pathway for that. But by finding these connections and things, I'm like, maybe that's a possibility. You know, you never know what door is going to open with the people that you're meeting.
Right.
So I think that's really kind of cool. So yeah, you've got your books from InSymmetry. Thank you to Matt Knowles and Steph Cannon for getting that shipped out safely. I've got Cuddles, which I will be reading very soon. I've got a few other things on my to read list, but I have to ship out books.
Yes,
So
you
excited
do.
about
We got to
that.
get to work.
We have to get to work. Did we miss any bumps? I think we did.
I'm sure.
Oh, the verse. I do want to do a shout out to the verses. That's Jing Jin.
Oh, yes.
For symphonic verses. His books, he's never done a crowdfund. He's never done a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo. He sells directly either at conventions or on his website, and his books always sell out.
Always.
He's got pre-orders going on right now. I don't know if those pre-orders, I mean, hopefully he can bump up his order since they're pre-orders and not printed yet. But if you go to his website, symphonicverses.com/shop, you'll see what is available there. This is being developed into a TV show, you guys, into an anime. So make sure that you stay tuned and go to Twitter and follow him at The Verses. Yeah, because he's got some exciting news that's going to be coming up pretty darn soon.
Yes.
And the other thing is, like, we do have, as far as shameless self promotion, we do have options where, like, right now we curate a lot. We curate on our own, and there are thousands and thousands of creators who just need a little bit of light shine, shown on their projects and themselves, which is great. But if you want a guaranteed spot, whether it is a commercial bump or whether it's a static card, you've seen examples of both here. You can go to our website at raginavc.com and check out some of the options that we have there. I've updated the website. Definitely sit with us. We'll bring you into a StreamYard, and for a consultation and just actually see if you need us.
Right.
There have been
We've already
people that
turned away a few people. We're like, you don't need us. Just
we're
do
like,
this, and this.
do this, and this, and see what happens. And if you find that you need extra help, or if you're too busy that you can't handle it on your own and you really need to build a team, then come back. I'll take your money all day long. I will. But I would feel like shit if you really didn't need us.
Right.
And it's one of those things where we've talked about that, Nita. We were like, what's the shit or get off the pot moment? I ask that of people. If you are taking this seriously and you are willing to invest, I'm not saying throw money at, but literally invest into the thing that you're doing and say, this is my get off the pot. I'm doing this moment, then there's something in your brain that switched gears and said, okay, this is what I want to do.
Right.
This is how I want to make my living. I'm going to invoke Brian K. Morris. He has the hashtag bring Quickie home because he wants to make enough doing what he's doing to allow her to retire. Right. That's something that I kind of want to do. My goal has been, so I want to pay my bills and I want to allow Pat to have the freedom to do the things that he wants to do instead of getting the kiss goodbye and going to work.
That's what I want. I want C to be able to stay home and draw while I'm in here doing my thing, and we can yell at the kids together instead of me doing it alone by myself.
Right. And so, those are goals. So wanting to earn a living is not a bad thing.
No.
A money grab, how you do it, that's apples and oranges, right? And probably good for another discussion on another day. But I think, let me see, Mike Jimmy is saying, that's the difference between seeing this as a job versus a passion. Exactly. If you're taking it seriously, you're putting in the work and the time and the dedication with a goal in mind. You can be passionate about your job, but it's like if it's a hobby, most of the time, sure, you're going to throw money at a hobby. And then it comes time to, like, maybe you have to let it go. My husband's a classic example of that, loves classic cars and stuff. If we got a classic car that needed to be worked on, we would be throwing thousands and thousands of dollars at it, right? But then when it came time to sell it, he would probably never get the amount of money that he invested in it, not to mention the emotional attachment.
Right.
All right. You can't put a price on that. So he might want to command more money than it's actually worth. But to him, it's worth a lot more. So it's the same thing when it comes to the comic book creation. I felt really, the first time I spent money on an artist, first of all, I had to find an artist that I thought was going to do my words justice, and to reach out and get their pricing and try maybe haggle a little bit and approach them. And the first time I threw money at it, I felt sick to my stomach. And I know that sounds weird. And it wasn't stress or anything like that, but it just felt like that moment where I'm walking through the door and things will never be the same again. That's kind of like what it felt like, that the butterflies in your stomach going, okay, this is an investment.
Right.
How long is it going to take me? Can I get this done? What is the motivating factor to keep throwing money at this? And if you're a business person, you are thinking about the return on your investment. What is the return on this? Um, and so the potential has always been there. And the more that I'm learning and the more people I'm talking to, it's like, okay, this is a real thing. People are making a living doing this. And there's nothing easy about it. Nothing. When it comes to like Michaela Jade, she sits down and she hammers out her books. Okay. Um, there is nothing easy about sitting at your desk, and it's lonely. It's a lonely process. And hammering out this whatever's in your head and then making it happen. So those are all things that yeah, I was sick. Michaela says the moment it's real. It is. Um, Mike Jimmy says, I'm currently investing a lot into a new series, but the return looks amazing even before we launch the crowdfunder.
Nice.
Right. And there's a combination of things. It takes talent, it takes a team, it takes organization, it takes marketing. It's all of those things that have to come together, because you can have the greatest thing on the planet, and if nobody knows who you are or what that is, they're never going to see it, right? So it's not an easy path, and I commend everybody who's out there doing it and making it happen, who have made that decision that it is going to be something they want to do.
Yay.
Yeah, it's shit or get off the pot. What are you doing?
I don't
You
know,
know.
but we need to shit. We need to go. We got work to do, Meredith.
I don't not that wasn't literally, you guys, but yeah, but we do have to get to work.
Oh, no,
Michaela
Mike.
J says time invested in your dream can also mean taking time away from friends and family sometimes.
It does.
I do want to address that really quickly, okay? Because when I was working at the newspaper, I was putting in so many hours, and there were times when I wanted to cry because I was putting in the time, the dedication, the blood, sweat, and tears, and I was missing a lot of family events because deadlines. And I can't even tell you how many times in my head I thought, if I'm working this hard for somebody else, why am I not working this hard for me?
Right.
And at the time, we're going back a lot of years. At the time, I didn't have really the pathway or the reach that I'm building now. Am I satisfied with like my Twitter numbers or my Facebook numbers and things like that? No, that's still growing. But as my fan base, if you will, or as my reach grows, when I throw something out there, I'm hoping that it is more impactful.
Right.
So, and to what Daphne Lage said before, you have to curate your experience.
We need that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, curate your experience and things like that. I'm on Twitter every day, just about, and I don't have a bad experience because I'm there for a reason, and that is to grow so that when I network and market something, it is seen.
Right.
And Nita is doing the same way. In fact, Nita is so good at it, they think she's a bot. So. And speaking of work, we do have to get out of here, and we do appreciate everybody who is tuning in. Thank you.
We love you guys.
We do. We love you, and we appreciate you. And you are part of our curated experience. You really are. And I think that's about it. Nita, did we miss anything?
I want to bounce. No.
Okay, we got to get out of here, you guys. Thank you. We will see you probably tomorrow. Nita.
Yo.
Final words.
Throw my dudes.
We're out of here, you guys.